Hey Dave, we spend more time changing attachments than probably anything else we do.
Yeah.
Anything we can do to make that better, I'm all for. Check this thing out. This is a quick attach for the backhoe bucket. Show them how to take that bucket off, Dave. Now we've already taken the pin out. There's a pin here that goes in, but this piece right here mounts on the backhoe. This works on a 1, 2, or 3E series backhoe. And then you can just take another bucket, if your coworker gets it out of the way for you, take another bucket and put right up here on it. Now you notice I'm using this approach rather than, go ahead and take that one off, Dave. This is the biggest bucket I have from HeavyHitch.com, and even I can take it up there. I just take my knee, push it up there like that, set it right on.
This is the similar design to Mickey.
Now people are going to be asking, why are you doing this by hand instead of doing it with the backhoe?
To show ease of operation. I mean, that's pretty simple.
This is actually easier in our practicing. We practiced for an hour or so before this video trying to do it with the backhoe.
Right. They don't have the finite movement and control. It's kind of herky and jerky, and
it's just difficult. So when I got this positioned right, this turned out to be the best trick. So you put this on like this, grab your pin right here. Sometimes you have to wiggle a little bit, stick it right in. This one's got a quick clip. I'm not sure I want to use that. I may use a bolt on the far end. But other than that, consider this as an upgrade for your backhoe. HeavyHitch.com, use code TTWT for 5% off. I've not allowed you to sweep this floor for like 2 weeks now.
Nope, it's been a minute, and it definitely shows.
Yeah, it's in pretty rough condition. This is actually what it looks like after a typical work day, or maybe 2 days, in this case multiplied by a couple of weeks.
Right, yep.
What we find is that it's best for us to sweep it multiple times a day. And what we'd always use is what everybody else would use, and that's standard old push broom. Disadvantages of the push broom, the biggest one to me is the dust.
Right.
I mean, you sit there and you push like this, you know, a little bit, and you can already see dust puffing up out of here, right? And there's really no other way. If you don't bounce it like that, it just leaves a trail of dust on the floor.
You've got to do the...
And then, you know, you push it all into a pile. You got to use a shovel or
dustpan,
some way, dustpan to pick it up. It takes a good while to do the job. We had looked at sweepers like this for quite some time, Christy and I had. In fact, we were at a trade show a couple years ago, or a year and a half ago, and we saw a sweeper exactly like this one. $3,200. I'm telling you, Christy and I were very close to pulling the trigger.
Right.
Because of the issues.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to probably say that's crazy, but we were very close to pulling the trigger. We walk along, and we're like 2 aisles over, and we ran across this one. We looked it over. And it's identical to the $3,200 one. It was absurd. So this one's battery powered. So the sweepers all work. Well, here, I can turn it on for you. You can see how it turns right there. And then there's another kind of broom or whatever under the middle of it.
Big old roller.
This one's got water misters on the front. You really like those.
I do. Keeps the dust down.
As long as you're moving pretty good, you won't see them. We'll show you that in a minute. That's the dustbin right there. Okay, and you can tell it's full of stuff. Now let's go through some differences of these. This one's roughly $1,000. Use coupon code TTWT, you'll get a discount on that, probably make it $950 or so. This one's $300 before coupon code. This one's got a 12-volt battery in it. It's a pretty big battery. Right. I don't know how to describe it. It looks like what remote control cars used to have or something, you know. This one's got an 18-volt lithium-ion battery.
Right.
Looks like a Milwaukee or a DeWalt battery, but it's not compatible with those. It's removable, rechargeable. This one has the 2 fans here, but it does not have, the extra roller in the middle.
Or the misters.
Or the misters. So let's start showing this one. And again, you won't even see the misters working. I'm just going to go straight here. Now here comes a big pile of dirt. Notice it didn't get the big pile of dirt completely on the first pass over. but that dirt pile was wet and had run over it with a tractor. I mean, these are really nasty conditions. Very little dust coming off of this. Okay, now I'm going to go over part of it a second time here where I've left some trash. Okay, notice there's no cloud of dust. That's the big thing to me. Okay, Dave, let's try this one. Sounds the same. So this one leaves a streak between the two brushes, but it's still picking up the big trash. There's definitely more dust, but it's still a lot less than a push broom. Okay, some big dirt we're going through right here. Now come back over some of those passes that you've made where you've left those streaks. Yeah, slightly off center, just like that.
The other day in the garage, I went back a different direction.
I think going crossways is helping to clean up those tracks like that, isn't it?
I'd say so.
I don't know if the camera can see it, but we've got some fog of dust here.
A little bit.
Got much more than we had with this one.
Absolutely.
This one is clearly leaving.
It's got a little bit of a trail there.
In fact, I'm going to clean that up. One trip over. When I make a turn, I notice I leave a track behind. But if I'm going straight, I do a much better job. This one's a lot better sweeper.
Yep.
It's a lot more money. So we wanted to show you both of them. I think both of them are a worthwhile upgrade over a push broom.
For sure.
Yes, we saw a trail behind this one, but using a push broom, you see a trail of dust
Everywhere.
everywhere. This one does a reasonable job at a reasonable price.
Right.
If you can afford it, upgrade to this one. Even though it's larger, I still find it handy to turn. I like how it works better. With that extra brush in there, it makes it a lot better. I never thought we would be showing sweepers
It is kind of
on
weird.
this channel, but this is a big problem for us, right? We've been watching some big farmers with their shop videos, and they've actually got those little ride-on
Right.
floor cleaners on a lot of the farms. They bought them used, and maybe in our new shop.
It's a possibility.
But I don't know, this is doing the job for us. So this is, like I say, just under $1,000 with code TTWT. I think maybe it's something that you ought to consider. It has really helped us over the past year or so. Tomahawk-power.com. Not only do they have these items, but they got a whole bunch of other stuff too. This is just what I was really excited about. So when we saw these, especially when it was a third the price of the other one we saw on this trade show floor.
Too
Big
good a
time
deal to
saver.
pass up, right?
Big time saver. Hey Dave, new this year, we've got a Dethatcher that fits the heavy hitch.
What's a dethatcher?
Exactly. I'm not a Dethatcher expert, but you're supposed to pull up the dead grass out of your
Okay.
yard. So when you're mowing, you can run this along and kind of stir that dead grass
Right.
up. And then when you come along and mow it, it doesn't create a mat on your grass. It lets
Okay. So it lets some like air get to it and
Water get
nutrients
to
and
it
water
easier.
and all that. Okay.
Yeah, the experts say
That it helps the
really
lawn.
helps your lawn to be able to do that. Now this one from Heavy Hitch, you can put it on the back on the Heavy Hitch bracket itself. Now our
Right.
Heavy Hitch is kind of concealed here because it's got all the weights on it.
Yep.
The purpose of the Heavy Hitch. But this is a 2-inch receiver in here, and this Dethatcher fits right on that. It'll also fit on the front, right?
Right.
You've got 2-inch receiver on the front of your tractor.
Yep.
Yeah, and check this out. Yep, here's a way to mount it to the front of your quick hitch. See these knobs here are the way
Okay.
the quick hitch
Okay.
works. I'm not exactly sure how this works, but this mounts it right on the front of your quick hitch so you can run it in front of your tractor
Nice.
and then mow right behind it.
Right. That way, so you don't have to mow the yard twice. You just thatch it before you mow it.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure which tractors
That'll fit on.
this will all fit on, but it is for the front quick hitch on the little John Deere
Sweet.
tractors, subcompact, or even the bigger mowers, I think,
Right.
like 700, something
Right.
like. This is one of my favorite things about the Heavy Hitch suite of rear attachments right here is we've got 2 attachments on here already, and here comes Dave with the Dethatcher, and it'll just set right in here. You can pull that pipe right out of there, and here we go. We got the Dethatcher sitting right with us. So we've got maybe a 2 by 2 by 5 area that's holding 3 attachments now.
That's a pretty solid storage right there.
Yeah, and I'm just using a standard furniture dolly to run that around. So we've got a rear blade. It's a 54-inch rear blade. We've also got a landscape rake. Hey, I got something to show on the landscape rake. Let's do that.
Okay.
Dave, the new addition on the landscape rake is a set of gauge wheels. These are the special edition ones. The wheels are invisible.
Bluetooth.
Yeah, but
Bluetooth.
honestly, I don't have the wheels themselves. I have the gauge wheel kit, but they left out the wheels. And so they catch on the same bolts right here.
Okay.
And then you can run your gauge wheels. Gauge wheels to me are a tremendous help on a landscape rake.
And so you'd run 2 of those, not just one in the middle, correct?
Right. One on
Okay.
each end. And this keeps them from digging in, right? If you want to just pick up light brush or even leaves, right? You can run these gauge wheels. Adjustable height here. You've got 3 different collars that you put above or below
Sweet.
the main pivot there. And yeah, so you can get this for your landscape rake for your
I like it.
Yeah, this is really nice. And I just love this suite of implements. I would not go much bigger than a subcompact tractor for these. You know, they're fairly lightweight implements, but they are wonderful for those of you that have limited storage.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You can fit all of this in your 2-car garage. Boot your wife's.
Probably set it right in front of the tractor,
Yeah,
honestly.
boot your wife's car and put the tractor right
Hey
in
now.
there.
That's what I'd do.
I didn't let you do that.
Now remember, there's a whole bunch of other attachments. Here we have the pipe layer that we used this past summer to lay our internet cable out here to the shop. That'll all sack right on here as well. There's a bunch more of these. I can't even begin to name all the different attachments that we have for the heavy hitch system. Nifty, compact. Yeah, this is a good way to go with limited storage.
I agree. All right, Tim, sell me on the Lube Shuttle.
Yeah, we've got a brand new Lube Shuttle gun. This one takes a Bosch battery.
Nice.
More on that in a minute. But Lube Shuttle itself. Now, you have to admit you've seen this.
I'm not sold yet. Sell me on it. Convince me.
Really?
I think he's sold.
A little bit. It's easy. We've changed a couple of them, so you just do a little thumb press there and you get a little bit of grease out there.
Yep, and then you just screw it right in here.
Threads into there. And mostly no muss, no fuss.
The only reason you got grease on you is because you mishandled it.
Yeah, probably.
There's no reason to get grease on you. You take that cap, put it on your old tube.
Right? Because they're reusable 6 times.
Yeah, you can pump the tubes yourself if you have the right kit. My family, Tom and Randall, have the kit, so we save the old tubes for them. Then this steel piece goes right on here. The only point of the steel is to protect the tube.
Right.
It's not an integral part of the grease gun.
Nope.
Okay, then we've got our gun right here. Like I said, a Bosch battery, but I don't have any Bosch tools. My tools, I really like the Milwaukee's.
I like the DeWalt's.
Sure.
So we got our nice adapter here that's going to allow us to click on Milwaukee batteries.
Yeah, so I can just put my Milwaukee battery right onto the adapter, slide it in there,
Straight into the tool.
ready to go.
And then it does work. We want to pump grease with it or no?
No, I don't see any reason to make it all greasy. Yeah, it works. That's great. So we can use my Milwaukee batteries. You see, that's what I appreciate is we can use my Milwaukee batteries to power this gun.
But if you want to really power it, 20-volt DeWalt.
You got 2 more volts than me.
I do.
Can you believe the same adapter works on both the Milwaukee? Now I can't even figure out how to use this
There you go.
darn yellow thing, but yeah. So both the batteries, DeWalt and Milwaukee, work on this adapter. Okay, there's 2 or 3 different options of this gun. You can buy it with the Bosch batteries, 1 or 2 batteries, I think.
Right.
Or you can buy it with this adapter and no battery, right? So then you get just the adapter and you can use your favorite
My favorite.
battery, whether it be Milwaukee or DeWalt. I think this is game changer.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
We get the advantage of the Lube Shuttle with no mess. It really is a lot easier to change the tubes. Yes, you do have to get Lube Shuttle grease,
but it's good grease.
It's great grease. We use the LI 400, and it's a lithium grease that I'm very happy about. If you don't like the lithium grease, they have several different styles of grease. Get whatever suits your fancy. Now, I'm not sure about the 2-volt difference, but if you have Bosch tools, this adapter should allow you to work on any Bosch tool.
There's some motherboard in there. I suspect we're doing some funkiness in there.
Yeah, perhaps we are, but this
it's
adapter
not just
should allow us to use our Milwaukee or DeWalt
on any Bosch tool.
on any Bosch tool.
Right. Which all these are now Bosch designed, or the battery is specifically Bosch. The old ones, that adapter will not work on the old ones, correct?
Correct. The old Lube Shuttle electric gun, this adapter won't fit.
Right.
So you have to get a new Lube Shuttle gun. $310 before coupon code. lube-shuttle.us/store. Use code TTWT for, I believe, a 10% discount.
It's pretty solid.
My other favorite piece of greasing technology is the lock and lube, okay? In order to use on the Lube Shuttle, you have to have a little adapter here.
Right. Goes to MPT threads.
Yep, the adapter and the lock and lube are available on my Amazon store, amazon.com/shop/tractortimewithtim. This converts from metric to SAE, and then you can get this lock and lube. It latches right onto a grease fitting.
Yep. And believe it or not, it's bulky, but you can get it into most fittings. It's really not that bad to use.
Yeah.
So there's only a couple times we got to do something funky around here.
We've been working together about a year now, Dave, and it's kind of comical because we both have a new favorite tool.
Right.
And it's not one you would expect.
No, we just sort of discovered it not too long ago, actually.
Yeah, so what do we got here?
So this is a Bosch turbo step drill. It goes from 3/16 all the way to 7/8, and she chews. Like we've bored out way bigger holes than we were supposed to with this thing.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is in like we needed a 1/4-inch hole, and I drilled her out to 1/2 inch essentially. But hey, the bolt
you couldn't
fits,
stop,
so,
yeah.
No, it just chews. It goes right through.
And we find that we can drill so much faster with that than we can with a regular spiral drill bit.
Yep.
So anytime we can, we use this stepper bit. I think we're going to try to buy some more. These are like $50. I think I saw right now $45 on our Amazon store, amazon.com/shop/tractortimewithtim. This one has some pretty small steps.
Yep.
So that's the negative,
right. You can't go through very much steel or whatever it is drilling through before you get to the next size.
So I think it would be good for us to get one that's a little more exaggerated.
Right, got some actual depth to them.
Maybe a whole set of these, but because this cuts so good, that's why we're
sticking with the
bragging on
Bosches?
that. Yeah, we're sticking with the Bosches in this case. So even if you don't want to use the Bosch battery and you want to use your yellow battery.
I'll throw it in my DeWalt drill and it'll be fine. It'll be great.
Yeah, check this out. I know it seems silly, but this has been a big hit and has
absolutely.
really helped us.
Yeah.
We got a couple of Isotunes specials to tell you about. The first is an across-the-board 30% special deal here for essentially, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. It goes, in our case, until December the 8th. Special code TTWT30, 30% off everything.
Nice.
I say everything except these two new products. Now, you'll have to do this in a separate order. It's a little bit confusing, but the regular TTWT code works on these if you want these new products. These are the Pro versions, okay? They're cabled, and they're the over-the-ear type, right? So the idea is it stays over your ear to make sure that you don't lose it. It's a new Bluetooth 5.4, which includes LE audio.
What's LE audio do?
You seem more interested than what I would have expected, Dave, but you don't seem like a high-tech kind of guy.
I'm not that high-tech, so you'll have to explain it to me.
Low energy audio, Jeb Bush audio.
Jeb Bush audio, gotcha.
Yeah, so the idea is it doesn't require as much battery life.
Nice, so they'll last longer.
It lasts longer, yeah.
Okay.
So there's two versions here. One is this is the Pro.
That's 3.0 and this is a 2.0.
Oh, that must be better then, right?
Possibly, I don't know.
No, this is Aware. So this is where you can hear background noise through the device, and this one is the standard one, right?
Okay.
Where it truly does isolate all your outside noise. The Aware one doesn't last quite as long on battery life as the non-Aware, because that takes some technology there to filter the loud noises. But I believe in this case it's 20 hours now. It'll run. and that's full on,
Yeah.
Bluetooth and audio and everything. This one I think is a little less if you have the Aware technology on.
Okay.
These have had a lot of improvement in the charging capabilities and everything. They've gone to USB-C for the charging.
It's nice, more
And
standardized.
improved some durability here. I guess some folks had some problems with the other chargers and stuff, and this has improved a lot of that. Now with this Bluetooth 5.4, in addition to the low energy audio, you get compatibility with something called Auracast.
Okay.
Now I heard about this Auracast just a few days ago when I was researching hearing aids. That's right, I need a hearing aid, and you know why? Because I didn't discover Isotunes soon
enough. Yep.
Haven't got my hearing aids yet, but I need to. So I just started the research on that. And this Auracast is a new technology that allows one device to transmit,
Okay.
and then anybody who wants to come up to it can receive it if they've got an Auracast receiver, in this case, the
Headphones.
Isotunes
Right.
earbuds, right? So imagine you're at a museum, right? There's a whole bunch of people around, and there's one TV that's way over there showing something that's interesting to you, but you can't get close enough to it to hear it. It could broadcast that Auracast, and you
Okay.
could hear it through your Isotunes or through your hearing aids or whatever is Auracast compatible.
Right.
Yeah, I think this is a game changer, right? I mean,
Sounds like it.
People could even use it in a church setting, right? The
Yeah.
church could set up a little Auracast broadcaster, and if folks are hard of hearing,
Right. They can
they
hear all
could
the
use
sermon
that.
and everything
So-
else going on. Yeah.
So it's just getting started now because there's not a lot of devices out there yet, but it's something that I think is very fascinating. It's called Auracast, A-U-R-A cast. We'll put a link to some information about that in the description. I'm not the best person to describe it, but these new Pro 3.0 and Pro Aware 2.0 support this technology. Isotunes.com, there's a link in the description we'd prefer you to use. 30% off everything except for the coolest. I have to mention the Summit Hydraulics kits. This is transformational for these little tractors, and we just keep hearing very positive feedback, and it's generating a lot of sales. This allows a subcompact tractor to have more hydraulics than the manufacturer ever dreamed.
Yeah.
We've got, in this case, we've got 4 on the rear. In some cases, you can get 3 on the rear and route this one to the front. So you can have your front third function, your rear hydraulics. They have Power Beyond kits. They have dedicated front third functions that don't include all this rear stuff if you're certain you don't want that. Summit-hydraulics.com. Use code TTWT for a 5% discount, and this stuff is already the least expensive you'll find anywhere on the internet.
And it just allows you to do so much more with the tractor. I mean, the amount of times we're hooking up to this and just the features and just the ease of use. Yeah.
This is amazing. Check it out. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed all of the items that we've shown today. And Dave, I appreciate you joining
Absolutely.
us for our annual
been
gift
fun.
ideas video. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have a Merry Christmas. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim. But when the set time had fully come, God sent his Son, born of a woman, born under the law, to redeem those under the law, that we might receive adoption to sonship.
Hey, push it.